So I'm going to explain what I'm doing here. My favorite thing to do in the winter besides skiing is mountain lion hunting. Now, mountain lion hunting is a complex thing. People get all upset about it. It's an ancient thing. I mean, people have been hunting with dogs for tens of thousands of years, and our survival on this planet is really a result of our ancestors being good hunters and befriending dogs enough. You know, I think our bond with dogs is probably an answer to prayer. We're praying to God, and then somehow these dogs became domesticated, curled up next to us in the fire, and we both became more efficient hunters. After all, dog is God spelled backwards. I think dogs are an answer to prayer. So I've got two Walker hounds. One's named Hope, one's named Tiny. And a few years ago, I decided that I wanted to harvest a male mountain lion. I've been trying to do this thing called the North American 10 with my bow and arrow. Basically, you harvest every species or one class of every species with your bow and arrow. It'll take you to some incredible places. One of the ones close to home for me was a mountain lion that I'd never harvested. Biggest thing I know about them is that females have kittens, and they stash their kittens and go hunt somewhere else. And I don't needlessly want to make a bad harvest decision when I understand that I can hunt these things with dogs, which is really cool. I mean, I grew up hunting with dogs. I grew up with a Labrador actually in this exact area. This is the place where I fly fish, this little creek that we're coming up on. My dog treed a mountain lion that was stalking us. So, this is a really cool spot for me to come back to and come hunt. Mike's got a whole bunch of dogs, and he's probably the best houndsman that I know of. Adam Johnson is another close friend of mine who's also a very accomplished houndsman. These guys have taken me under their wings, and my dogs have definitely become a lot better as a result of these guys' tutoring and the awful lot of hard work. So what we're doing here is we're measuring the stride of the cat track. The stride of this cat is 40 to 42 inches. Anything over 40 is worth putting in a tree. This could be just a mature female, or it could be a mature male mountain lion, or, a sub-adult male. So we're heading back to the truck, and we're going to wait for first light.
So we're going to have to cross the pack. I didn't bring waders. Track. That's a fire pit from a campsite. Good track. You're gonna find me a mountain lion buddy. We're gonna go have a race and try and harvest a mature tom. We'll see what this cat is.
So that crazy sound is a pack of Walker hounds chasing down a mountain lion. It was a little too dark to film properly, but it was legal hours, so we kicked the dogs loose. They're crossing the river right now and heading after the cat. Basically, by the time they catch up and the cat hears that crazy noise, that's going to bound up a tree. I would if I was a cat.
Tracer's not sure what to do.
Good thing I'm a gator now.
Come on, Tracer, just follow the dogs.
I think he's taking a poop.
Well, that's alright.
There he goes.
That's deep right there, actually.
Yeah?
I don't know why Stan and Whisker are hauling butt the way they are. Not a good sign.
Yeah, but smoking Tracer there.
Yeah, listen, you're coming.
I guess we got a treed cat, potentially. Got our cat treed. That's what it sounds like. How far did you go, Michael? Yeah.
Dogs probably ran about, I don't know, a mile. Really got him up.
Good mile.
You saw the cat pump up, and sounds like they're treed. I can't hear them, but we're gonna dive into this. This is where I spent a lot of my youth hunting. It's really cool to be here. Our track. Came down and then.
Okay. We just gotta go 700 yards.
Alright. That's a cat track. He's hauling ass.
No snow in it now.
Yeah.
Any experienced houndsman will tell you that the places that mountain lions take you to are places you never go on your own. It is really cool. Some of my favorite elk hunting spots and just places in the woods have always been at mountain lion trees. Here we are diving into a creek basin none of us had ever been into. We went through a bunch of nasty deadfall and all kinds of stuff to finally get close to where the cat had tree. When you're walking around in this type of country, it really pays to have a set of crampons or some steel on your boots and gaiters. All these rocks are coated with ice and snow, and every single one of these logs is super slippery. Covering miles in this type of country, which we're about 1.7 miles from the vehicle at this point, I mean, it takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication to just get to where the dogs are. Hound hunters always have a dog box in their truck, and we call it Pandora's box for a reason. They say when you open up Pandora's box, all hell breaks loose, and metaphorically, that's exactly the case. You don't know if the dogs are going to be treated 100 yards from the truck or 10 miles from the truck. They have no issue running a marathon at 20 to 30 miles an hour through country like this. They're incredible athletes, and that's what this hunting's all about. It's having great dogs and letting them do what they enjoy. These dogs love this. For tens of thousands of years, their ancestors have done just this. Pursue dangerous game.
There's our cat. We're not sure if he's a Tom or a Sow, so I'm not gonna shoot him. Mike's studying him. Steph's down there doing some dog handling. He's right here.
So our cat's a little agitated. We're smacking on the tree, being really loud. I mean, obviously the dogs are barking their absolute heads off. And we're trying to get this cat to turn around. The head of this cat looks very female-ish, and we both kind of think it's a female already. As soon as this cat makes a turn around in the tree, we figure out for sure it's a female. Now, I position myself in a terrible position. I'm at the end of this deadfall, and the cat's gonna run down this deadfall directly towards me and end up landing 4 feet from me. I did what any sensible human would do in that situation. Drop my camera, grab an arrow, and hope for the best.
Hey, kitty. Okay.
So that cat was a female. Beautiful, beautiful cat. You'll notice on the footage I kind of freaked out. She bailed off the tree looking directly at me. And I don't know, did the instinctual thing of just grabbing my arrow and like, I'll get you. But that was cool. So that was our first race. Caught the cat, let her go. This is an amazing experience to say the least. It's so beautiful in this basin. this time of year. I've never been in here this time of year, but it's cool to catch a lion in here. All right, we're gonna go retrieve that cat. The dogs took off after her. We're gonna get some more pictures of her, then we're gonna head on out. All right, so we retrieved that cat. Did a little catch and release hunting on that. That's a really big queen. It's a female mountain lion. Beautiful cat. So we didn't harvest her. We only want to harvest mature toms to keep the young toms out of town. We're here on a creek that I've had a lot of experience. Mike's wrangling a very young dog that kind of freaked out. Stephanie's crossing the creek. I made it across and oh. Good boy. So yeah, that was a fun deal, to say the least. Day's over, we're gonna rest up and relax because it's a 1 a.m. wake up call. And go and look for a track, and we cut loose at illegal hunting hours and get after them. So that was an absolute blast. Absolute blast. One of the coolest experiences I've ever been a part of. Yeah. So the mission continues.
This is Janie. She's real cute. She's a house dog. She had her for a few years. She got hit by a car when she was little, and she's more of a pet. Aren't you cute? Aren't you cute? Yeah. And this is Jaeger.
Last time I
There's nothing
uploaded
good in there, I
videos about
swear.
mountain lion hunting, the #1 comment I got was, besides a death threat, was mountain lion hunting with dogs isn't hard. Why would you do it? I mean, the barrier of entry to get into mountain lion hunting with dogs is quite steep. You got to be able to have 2 dogs, and you got to be able to feed them. If you want to be really, really good at it and have a really good pack, you need to have a lot of dogs. Because it's the most physical thing for me to go hike to the tree, but imagine how physical it is on these dogs to go run down a mountain lion as fast as they can, going 30 miles an hour. So Mike and Steph breed these dogs. I've got 1 dog from their line, and they're like the coolest, nicest, best family dogs ever. Hope is such a good dog. You see her in a lot of my videos, and you see her chasing cats. This is actually Hope's mom. It was really cool to get to hunt with, my dog's mom. And the other dog that comes out, his name's Smoke. He's an old timer, but this dog is like unbelievable with what he could do with his nose. He's actually a cold trailing dog to where I think he just follows it with his limited sight. He's like, there's the track, and it's been reined in. I mean, having this many dogs requires a lot of effort. Mike and Steph are always cleaning up after them, and they're always giving their dogs, a lot of affection. These dogs love them, they're just really sweet dogs. And that's what this is all about.